Dark Super Sonic arrives on Earth and steals the power of the entire Team Sonic to become the ultimate hedgehog in Sonic 4, the movie. With his eyes glowing completely red, surrounded by a dark aura and flashes of blue, red, and black electricity wrapping around his whole body, he focused and instantly detected his targets. He dashed forward at a speed even Super Sonic couldn't match. After just 1 or 2 seconds running through the forest, he encountered Sonic during one of his training runs. As Sonic leapt into the air, Dark Sonic stopped him mid-jump, grabbing him by the neck and strangling him without letting him touch the ground. But the worst part was that Sonic tried to break free and couldn't even move a single quill of this dark being. As Sonic screamed, asking, "Who are you and what do you want from me?" Dark Sonic didn't say a single word. Instead, he tightened his grip on Sonic's neck, making him writhe in pain and drool as his eyes turned completely white, his iris disappearing. Beyond the lack of oxygen, Dark Sonic was draining his power. When Dark Sonic felt Sonic's remaining strength was too insignificant and sensed a greater power elsewhere, he discarded him, slamming him into the ground. Standing over him, Dark Sonic focused to identify his next prey. In an instant, he dashed forward at an even greater speed than before. Finding Tails, he struck him with a punch that knocked him down immediately, smashing him into the ground. Extending his hand, Dark Sonic began draining Tails' power. But Tails' fate was far worse than Sonic's, because his power was about 14 times weaker than Sonic's, and Dark Sonic was so thirsty for chaos energy, he even drained Tails' vital energy. Our poor two-tailed friend began to lose the yellow color of his fur, turning completely gray. At the same time, Dark Sonic's power grew, making him even more insane and hungry for strength. In that instant, Dark Sonic looked ahead, and about 20 meters away, he spotted Knuckles, who had come to save Tails. But Knuckles would have been better off scratching his belly with his buddy Wade, because before he could even think about what to do, Dark Sonic appeared in front of him at a speed that almost looked like teleportation. With a powerful kick to the chin, he knocked Knuckles down, leaving him dizzy from the blow. Knuckles, lying on the ground and gritting his teeth in rage, shouted, "Who are you?" Unlike with Sonic, Dark Sonic answered with irony, "Don't you know?" With that phrase, Knuckles was struck by a flashback from his childhood, remembering his father telling him about a dark hedgehog who, thousands of years ago, nearly destroyed planet Mobius. But before Knuckles could even replay his father's words in his mind, Dark Sonic lunged at him, ready to send him to join his late father. At that exact moment, Amy Rose arrived, slamming a light bomb she carried into the ground. The explosion produced a blinding flash that left Dark Sonic completely blind for a few moments because light was his weakness. This gave Amy the chance to escape with Knuckles, and also with Sonic and Tails, whom she had already rescued before Knuckles.
Hey you! Don't forget subscribe!
Please subscribe to our channel!
Subscribe now!
Amy Rose now had Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles in the forest cave of Green Hills, where Sonic had lived during his first years after arriving on Earth. She began to tell the team that she came from planet Mobius, their native world, and revealed bluntly that the planet was nearly destroyed by Dark Sonic. "This hedgehog appeared out of nowhere, and we don't know his origin," she said, "but he is destroying every being he finds with high power and chaos energy. With his levels of strength, we believe only the legendary hedgehog Sonic could stop him, but clearly, that's not the case." At that moment, Knuckles spoke up. "If we don't attack him at the source of his power, we will never defeat him." Sonic, having regained his full clarity, asked, "Do you know anything about this dark hedgehog, Knuckles?" "I know the ancient echidnas kept a secret about a dark hedgehog. Please, tell us." Knuckles began to tell them that during the war for the Emerald, something happened that was never written in the scrolls of history. Pachacamac had a twin brother who was also obsessed with the Emerald, but not the one we know. He sought the Dark Emerald. This echidna leader was called Dark Tamak. But when he took the Dark Emerald, things didn't go well for him. The Emerald absorbed and consumed him completely, along with his army of more than 500 soldiers, as if it were a black hole. After that, the Dark Emerald was sealed away by the Wise Ones. But exactly 300 years later, according to my father, from the Dark Emerald a new being was born, not an echidna, but a dark hedgehog. He materialized from the emerald itself. He was the emerald made flesh, and his mission was to steal energy from the most powerful warriors in order to gain a permanent body. Unfortunately for him, during the crisis after the Emerald Wars 300 years ago, the generations that rose on Mobius hadn't developed warriors strong enough to give Dark Sonic the power he needed. As a result, he eventually faded away, and the Dark Emerald was sealed once again. I believe the same thing happened this time, but the story is different, because now Dark Sonic found us and even stole part of our power. If he drains us completely, he will surely reach his goal. Shocked, Amy Rose asked, "What will we do?" But Sonic, determined, said, "Okay, here's the plan. We must travel to planet Mobius." As they went through the ring portals and Sonic explained the plan, we see Dark Sonic sensing that the power of his prey was leaving Earth, and so he decided to follow them. Sonic guided the team to the hidden sanctuary of the Dark Emerald and told them that Longclaw had also spoken to him about this emerald. "She told me something your father didn't tell you, Knuckles. Beneath the second floor mat, there is a writing that will reveal how to defeat him." After they removed the mat, suddenly an ancient seal of writing surrounded Sonic, making him twist in pain and scream like a goat. But this wasn't because something bad was happening. It was because Sonic was receiving a power his body had never known and couldn't handle. Sonic had transformed into the Hedgehog of Light, the counterpart to Dark Sonic, the same form the Wise Ones used in ancient times to defeat him. Super Flash Sonic had been born a pure white hedgehog, whose power made everything around him come alive just by his presence. Seeing this, Amy Rose exclaimed, "That's it! Dark Sonic's weakness is light. If all of Flash Sonic's power comes from light, there's no way we can lose." But Tails turned and said, "I wouldn't be so sure. Look behind you." And when they turned, they realized Dark Sonic had arrived. But Tails' fear wasn't just Dark Sonic's arrival, it was that his power had now doubled, and according to his readings, it even surpassed Sonic's. Dark Sonic's strength wasn't the only thing that had grown, his abilities had too. Transforming into Dark Knuckles after absorbing his power and DNA, he struck the ground, causing the entire cave to collapse. The team had to escape quickly, but Tails was trapped under falling rocks and knocked out of the fight. Worse still, when Flash Sonic looked back at his enemy, he realized Dark Sonic had now transformed into Dark Amy Rose. Catching Knuckles off guard from behind, Dark Sonic knocked him out cold. Now only Sonic and Amy Rose remained standing to face him. But Super Flash Sonic would never allow Amy Rose to be harmed. Launching himself at Dark Sonic before he could act, they began a brutal battle, unleashing so much power that planet Mobius itself was on the verge of collapse. Yet something terrible happened when Dark Sonic surprised Knuckles from behind in Amy's form. He stole all of Knuckles' remaining power. Now Dark Sonic was far stronger than Super Flash Sonic and had him completely cornered. Knocking Flash Sonic down, Dark Sonic spread his power across the area in the form of a massive shockwave that rebounded, stealing the strength of Amy Rose, who was still standing, and Tails, who remained trapped under the rubble. Now Dark Sonic had reached his original form and had become the ultimate hedgehog. At that moment, Sonic remembered the other part of the secret writing, not hidden under a mat, but passed down by Longclaw through generations. It said that once the power of the Hedgehog of Light was mastered, it could be shared with other warriors who had the same conviction under one condition. Those warriors had to have their own power reduced to zero and be on the brink of death. And so, Super Flash Amy Rose, Flash Knuckles, and Flash Tails transformed into their most powerful versions. Together, they unleashed a final attack, a beam of pure luminous energy directed straight at Dark Sonic. With that single strike, they defeated him, and he was once again sealed inside the Dark Emerald. Remember that this video is nothing more than a theory created by me with a lot of love and only with the purpose of entertaining you. If you want more videos like this, please ask for them in the comments and I'll be bringing them to you soon.